Hey minions, Jim here with Crank It Up video number 100. It's crazy to think we've already reached this milestone and we couldn't have done it without your support, so I wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you. From the beginning, this channel was intended to be a community more than a podcast, and I love all the discussion and commentary that you have brought. Whether you come to our events or you just comment on videos, you help us promote the game and create a better environment for all players, so I sincerely want to thank you for that. I also want to thank Eric and Sarah for their support in promoting the channel. I want to thank Todd and everyone at AEG for their partnership and support, and I want to thank Paul for creating such an awesome game. But mostly, I want to thank you, our viewers. There aren't that many game-specific channels because there aren't a lot of games that merit and can sustain them, but you have proven that we can make one out of Smash Up, and I'm honored to be a part of it. As promised, I wanted to give you a quick teaser for the next expansion, which is called World Tour International Incident. This is part 1 of a 2-part World Tour set, and I think it's a must-buy. In fact, I think it might be the best expansion since It's Your Fault, and there's a few reasons for that. This expansion introduces no new mechanics, and that's really important because mechanics add complexity and unintended consequences. We just got the big comprehensive rulebook, so to invalidate that immediately after would be bad for the game, and you can play this expansion with the current rulebook remaining as the source of truth. That's extremely important. I also like how this expansion has a faction that is so easy to give to new players and have them be competitive because of how straightforward it plays. At the same time, there's a challenge faction that will require more experience to play effectively, and you really have to think about the best partner so it caters to everyone. Surprisingly, my favorite expansion to pair this with is Munchkin, but not because of monsters or treasures, though in hindsight, I think both those mechanics would also work well with some of the factions. Instead, International Incident allows some factions to have a chance to shine and really work synergistically, and they don't often get the opportunity. In my opinion, one of the International Incident factions, with a specific Munchkin faction, has the potential to be one of my top 10 favorite combos in the game because it's just so elegant. I also think that the set is great with science fiction double feature and cease and desist, and as the cards start to get revealed, I think you'll see why. As for the factions themselves, it's too early to reveal what they are, but I will confirm that someone on the internet has gotten it right, so if you do your homework, you may be able to figure it out. To say thank you to everyone who participated in the World Tour Facebook photo contest, I have a few specific teasers for you. I'll give you 5 teasers, 1 for each question answered, but you won't know how many factions I'm actually talking about. Maybe I'm talking about the same faction multiple times. Only time will tell. Still, I hope this will get you excited for International Incident, which should come out in March. First, one of the factions has a ninja base. I feel personally responsible for this because I campaigned hard for another one, and if you follow the channel, you know I mention them frequently. The problem with these bases is that you need a reason to play on them, and I think that the new base answers that question in a really interesting way that the others haven't attempted yet. Next, one of the factions has a mini mechanic that hasn't really been seen since the core set way back in the beginning. It's not an exact match, but I'm really surprised that we've gone this long without revisiting that type of concept, and this is the closest we've ever come to replicating that mechanic. One of the factions has a unique minion structure, which means that it doesn't follow the usual 4-3-2-1 split. However, this is a format we haven't seen before, and I think it's really interesting, and the choices you have will add a lot of dimensions to specific factions. One of the factions combines extremely well with 3 of my 5 favorite titans, but each for a different reason because the titans have nothing to do with each other. If you need a refresher, those 5 titans are the Ancient Lord, the Cream Puff Man, Death on 6 Legs, Great Wolf Spirit, and Dagon. And finally, there are 2 factions that excel in utilizing ninja bases, but for completely different reasons, and ironically, Neither of them are the ones that have the ninja base. Well, feel free to speculate in the comments what you think these abilities will be. It's always fun reading fan theories, and of course, I'm going to deny everything completely. Again, thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed these teasers. I normally like to end with "let's shut it down," but it's video number 100 and we're just getting started, so let's crank it up.